In this channel, we bring you the freshest discussions taking place in Japan's online community.
According to a recruitment agency in Guangzhou, migrant workers are flooding into Shenzhen and Dongguan, China's export hubs, and the hourly wages for temporary workers have already decreased to one-third of what they were 3 years ago after the Spring Festival holiday. One of the reasons is the overseas relocation of factories.
It would have been an amazing city if things had gone smoothly. It's a shame it was just a moment of mismanagement. The Qing dynasty lasted about 300 years. But will China last for 100 years? Even you guys in poverty can become wealthy in China. Nobody wants to go there because the risks are higher. Like living in a dictatorship and facing repression. What once happened in Japan during the yen's appreciation is happening in China now. What goes around comes around. Well, it's collapsing, after all. At an exchange rate of 300 yen to the dollar. If it's in dollars, it's about 1/6, right? The wage arrears issue here makes the situation even more serious than imagined. Even Shenzhen, China, used to pay hourly wages of over 1,000 yen. But deflation is severe. Even TSMC, which is in the spotlight for its expansion in Kumamoto, is moving to Japan because of the risk of China's aggression against Taiwan. The risks of dealing with China are becoming apparent worldwide. There's no point in China being expensive for labor. They say there are many people in China who can't find employment or earn low wages, but on the other hand, there are many times more wealthy people than in Japan. And the key is that because of such disparities, China competes and grows. This is what it means to be targeted by the United States. It's reminiscent of the sentiments during the Great Depression. Why are factories moving overseas? Is it for economic reasons or political reasons? Before New Year's salary 600,000. After New Year's salary 200,000. That's tough. If the rumored real unemployment rate is true, it's a super buyer's market. And besides lower wages and inability to find work, there might also be harassment using employment as a shield, which seems criminal. Chinese morals are practically non-existent, and employees are treated worse than slaves. I don't think Chinese people would silently accept such treatment. They're not Japanese, lol. If they were Japanese, the current Communist Party would have disappeared. Chinese people keep quiet, so the era of national slavery continues. From the collapse of the real estate bubble to the relocation of factories. There's no need to imitate Japan. The aging population issue is going to follow Japan, too. And the changes are rapid. It's strange. Is it necessary for overseas manufacturers to abandon their supply chains in China and move abroad? Is it because semiconductor export restrictions are effective? Or are they looking for countries with even looser labor regulations than China? Those who relied on China are collapsing together, since the effects are starting to be felt in Japan as well. I wonder what will happen. The Second Great Depression originating from China is about to begin. Even small M's factories are fleeing one after another. It's been a long relationship with Shenzhen. But prototyping and mass production in Shenzhen are over. Even local public servants are screaming due to unpaid or drastically reduced salaries. Our company is considering moving to Southeast Asia because American customers are shouting, "Don't make things in China." Although the truth is, we would make more profit by staying in China. Chinese youths should protest in Tiananmen Square now. Now is the time to establish manufacturing bases in China and invest. Go to a dictatorship where the law doesn't function. Lol. It made sense before because it was profitable, but now there are no benefits. Even when Japan's bubble burst, it didn't decrease to 1/3. Japan is making efforts to bring the supply chain back to Japan. Despite the yen depreciation, isn't the yen depreciation more of a request from the United States? They talk about labor shortages, but with automation, there's no need for people in manufacturing anymore. The manufacturing that China took on might return to Japan, bringing another boom.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.